Around 64 to 67 AD, the Apostle Peter was martyred in Rome. This occurred during Emperor Nero's persecution of Christians. Nero's reign was marked by severe oppression of early Christians. Peter was sentenced to crucifixion for his faith. He requested to be crucified upside down. Peter felt unworthy to die in the same manner as Jesus Christ. Following his crucifixion, Street Peter was buried on Vatican Hill. Vatican Hill was originally a necropolis outside ancient Rome. His grave was simple and unmarked in this location. Despite persecution, Christians secretly venerated the burial site. In 313 AD, Emperor Constantine legitimized Christianity within the Roman Empire. Constantine then initiated the construction of a large basilica dedicated to Street Peter. The basilica was planned to be built over the supposed tomb of Street Peter. The construction required leveling part of Vatican Hill to create a suitable foundation. The underlying necropolis was filled in, while carefully preserving the sacred burial spot of Street Peter. Old Street Peter's was originally built as Constantine's basilica. It was designed as a classic Roman basilica. The basilica featured a large nave and side aisles. It also included a spacious atrium. For over 1,200 years, it served as a major pilgrimage destination and coronation site. By the 15th century, Old Street Peter's was suffering from significant disrepair. This deterioration was due to neglect and historical sackings. The building also suffered from structural instability over time. The walls were leaning, and the structure was deemed beyond repair. Pope Julius II made the pivotal decision to demolish Old Street Peter's Basilica. His vision was to replace it with a new, grander structure that would reflect the power of the papacy. This was an ambitious and expensive project that required significant funding. Part of the funding for the new Street Peter's came from the sale of indulgences. Indulgences were essentially pardons for sins, which people could purchase. This practice became controversial and was later a key factor in the Protestant Reformation. The sale of indulgences was practiced to fund the construction of the basilica. This practice became a point of contention and sparked controversy. Martin Luther's Protestant Reformation was triggered in 1517. The sale of indulgences acted as a catalyst for the Reformation. Donato Bramante was the original architect of the new basilica. His design was based on a Greek cross layout. The design included a massive dome as a central feature. The dome's design was inspired by the Roman Pantheon. Bramante laid the foundation piers for the basilica. His work was foundational, completed before his death. Raphael succeeded Bramante in a significant architectural role. He proposed a return to a Latin cross design for the structure. Raphael's design included a longer nave than previous plans. His vision aimed to alter key aspects of the architectural blueprint. Raphael's untimely death prevented the full realization of his architectural plan. Michelangelo was appointed as the chief architect for the project. He reverted to Bramante's original central plan for the structure. Michelangelo reinforced the piers to provide a stronger foundation. His most notable contribution was the design of the dome itself. The ribbed dome structure became the tallest in the world at the time. Giacomo della Porta and Domenico Fontana were key figures in realizing Michelangelo's dome design. They undertook the project following Michelangelo's passing. The execution of the dome design was faithful to Michelangelo's original vision. However, della Porta and Fontana made modifications to the dome's profile. Specifically, they heightened the dome, giving it a more pointed appearance. These alterations subtly changed the dome's overall aesthetic impact. Carlo Maderno extended the original church plan by adding a long nave. He also designed and constructed a grand facade for the building. These additions transformed the church's floor plan into a Latin cross shape. The modified design was intended to provide space for a larger number of worshippers. Maderno's facade unfortunately obscured the view of Michelangelo's dome from the square. This alteration impacted the intended visual perspective of the dome's prominence. The baldacchino is a bronze canopy created by Gian Lorenzo Bernini. It stands 95 feet tall, directly under the dome of St. Peter's Basilica. The baldacchino is positioned over the papal altar and the tomb of St. Peter. The bronze used to construct the baldacchino was sourced from the portico of the Pantheon. Bernini designed the Cathedra Petri, a significant artwork. It features a bronze throne that enshrines St. Peter's chair. The throne is symbolically held aloft by the four doctors of the church. A golden alabaster window illuminates the Cathedra Petri. The design integrates both sculptural and architectural elements. St. Peter's Square was designed by Bernini. The square features an elliptical piazza. Towering colonnades surround the piazza. The colonnades symbolize the church's embrace of the faithful. St. Peter's Basilica is the world's largest church by interior measure. It covers 23,000 square meters and can hold over 60,000 people. The basilica houses priceless artworks, reflecting centuries of artistic heritage. It serves as the final resting place for numerous popes, saints, and monarchs.